Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's CORMAC NISBET. I'm going to take you on the day in life of a triathlete today. First things first, I like to start my day with a nice coffee, and I also need to make a coffee for cameraman John. And you get and you still get a shit bit of coffee up. What's your thoughts, John? Out of 10?
5. Very average.
Very fair.
But not bad.
So, walk you through a little bit what we're going to get up to today. I've got a fairly tough session on the bike. That's going to be the key session today. A couple of hours with some FTP work. So that's kind of dictating what I'm going to have for breakfast. Got a fairly high carb but nutritious breakfast provided by Alan Murchison, my nutritionist. He's also just released a book, so a lot of the food that I'll be eating today, you can pick up the recipes over there. Grab yourself a copy, would thoroughly recommend. It's not the most appetising thing in the world at the moment. So on the menu plan today, we have a beetroot and blueberry bircher. These are dead simple to make. It's basically overnight oats, but because I'm not very organised, it's morning oats. So yeah, oats, blueberry yogurt, frozen blueberries, some milk, chia seeds, and a bit of beetroot juice. I had to use a sour cherry concentrate shot as well. So yeah, full of anti-inflammatories, full of carbs. It's got everything you need to kickstart the day, and dead simple to make. So just going to tuck into this blueberry bircher now. I have a work call at 9 o'clock I need to take. I work 4 days a week, but yeah, although today's my day off, I've got to jump on a quick work call. I work for a supply chain operations management consultancy, so I've been really enjoying that for the last 6 months. Once that call's out of the way, we can head straight out on the bike and get the key session under our belt. So 2 hours on the bike today, going to try and target 90 grams of carbs an hour. How we're going to get there, I've got a Sturka Mix 90. I will pair that with an electrolyte tab, which will be mixed berry, tastes really good. Then I will have probably 1 gel, 1 bar, both the 50 gram variations of that, which should easily get me to 90 grams an hour and help fuel those efforts.
Yeah. Ooh, let's go. Wait, hold up, Q. Yeah, feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tags.
Okie dokie, so warm up is done. 25-30 minutes warm up done. Gonna get stuck into the main set now. So we've got 5 by 5 minutes of FTP with a few kick ups at the end. Going to be a tough little session, but very achievable in the final block up until 70.3 Oceanside. So yeah, going to get stuck into it now, fuel up, and let's go.
Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah, invite him in, welcome to the Lion's Den. And I'm Mufasa, big boss in charge of.
So 3 out of the 5 reps done. Legs actually feeling really good today. Yeah, sort of sitting at 320, 330 watts, and then a minute kick at the end up to 380, 390. Done 3 reps on Bryant's Bottom for those that know the local area. Fairly steady climb, allows you to carry some speed, stay on the TT bars, but have a decent gradient to push against. Gonna head up to the fast road now, do 2 more reps at a bit more interval speed, and yeah, hopefully get some sort of race pace simulation work done. Okay, so effort's all done, 5 out of 5, all completed to the power. So yeah, happy with the session. About an hour and 25 minutes of riding time done so far. Gonna head back now. Yeah, we'll get out to 2 hours and call it a day on the bike. Have then got a gym session to do, so I'll take you through some of my puny little squats that I'm gonna do and some other bits and bobs. So 1 out of 3 sessions done for the day. Ready? Okay, so up at my mate's gym now. Yeah, we're gonna do some fairly intensive stuff. So 80 to 90% of 1 rep max for 3 to 4 reps. Gonna start off some back squats, then into some Romanian deadlifts and sort of split squats. So very leg heavy today, but we've got a massage later on, which will hopefully help to clear the lactic out of the legs. So we're gonna get stuck into it, and yeah, hopefully not break my back.
Just ride one time for your mind.
So what's your favourite exercise in the gym?
So yeah, I kind of quite like leg day. I think it's quite an unpopular opinion. I also did a bit of CrossFit when I was growing up, so a lot of like high-paced bodyweight stuff. I really enjoy pull-ups, push-ups, kind of supersets with that sort of stuff. But a lot of my stuff at the moment is deadlifts, back squats, and then a few sort of upper body free weight exercises to kind of keep that control and also build some muscle for the swim. So while I'm in the middle of one of my recoveries on these deadlifts, I thought I would answer some of the questions that I put up on my Instagram story. So if for future videos you're interested in getting involved and asking me some questions, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. Without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So first question from Ollie is, how do you manage working and training for Ironman distance and triathlon in general? I'm very lucky that with the company I work for at the moment, Insider Pro, I get very flexible working hours, and so can kind of schedule in my training around work, and as long as I'm getting stuff done and being productive, they're very much okay with that. So that's a big help. I think the struggles come in winter when the daylight hours get a lot shorter and it's harder to get out before work and after work. But working from home has certainly helped in that aspect, and getting out in the middle of the day where possible is obviously a big benefit.
What weight is that, Mac?
30 kilos.
Strong guy.
Maybe not. So under 23 cycling zone, yeah, they cover a lot of the N23 peloton. Good account to follow on Instagram. Has your bike position changed for triathlon versus when you were racing on the road? So yes, the answer in short, big time. I'm still a bit out of breath from those split squats.
Yeah, it was 30 kilograms.
Yeah, so obviously without UCI rules in Ironman now, there's so much more flexibility and potential for getting more aero. And also more comfortable over the longer distance. So my front end has gone out quite a lot, and my saddler's also probably the biggest difference is not having to be 50mm behind the bottom bracket. So saddler's moved forward a lot, still tilted fairly down. And to answer 2 questions in one, are you on Poggy's 165mm cranks? Yes, been on 165 cranks for the last 2.5 years. Don't think it's as unanimous as people think just because Poggy are on 165, I should be on 165. But as a fairly small rider, I've always liked the power delivery that offers and the hip angle benefits that you can get in a TT position as well. Okay, gym session all done, all completed as planned. I'm gonna have a Sturka recovery bar on my way home, and then I've got a nice massage later on after hopefully a fairly chilled out afternoon to recover and go again tomorrow.
Google Maps, WhatsApp, Spotify, Financial Times.
Got to stay updated on your business news, folks. Alright then, back home. Got a spare hour and a half before we head off to the massage. Just gonna go and play some table tennis and darts with my dad. Come on! Right, match point.
Match point.
Oh, come on! Day in the life of Otto. So I'm just taking Otto for a walk, or normally he's taking me for a walk, and I thought I'd take a bit more time to answer some of your questions over on Instagram. So Freddie Evans asks, what is it about your new pursuit that makes it more enjoyable than trying to become a pro cyclist? I think it's a mixture of things. I certainly feel a lot more mentally stimulated by having the freedom to work my own time, and just a lot more variety in life, I think, is the key thing. Not having to travel every other weekend at short notice is a big help, and being able to plan my calendar well in advance is a nice luxury to have. Where's John? Where's John? That John, yeah, there he is with his big camera. So Gorka, who's also, I know, a really good strong triathlete, he says differences in perceived fatigue between training just cycling and training for triathlon. A great question. Personally, I think from a mental perspective it's really refreshing, and obviously it's a new endeavour, so mentally it's a lot more kind of invigorating doing 3 sports than 1. Obviously the fatigue element can grow across doing 3 sports, but I kind of say my hours with the working with working time has kind of stayed fairly similar. So physically I would say about the same, mentally definitely less fatiguing. Yeah, so thanks very much for the questions. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram to get involved next time. For now, I'm going to head off for a sports massage with my guy David, so I'll see you there. Not a bad venue for a massage. Do this again properly. With shin maintenance work, in general they've been good, so getting a lot better, a lot of icing and stuff like that, so that's been useful. Cool. And then full body maintenance, pretty much. Alright.
I'm surprised you were that bloody prepared, to be honest.
I know. When the cancellation came up, I was like instinctively just like, oh shit, I need to book a massage. My arse cheek on the YouTube, lovely stuff. You know, OnlyFans account this, right?
Mate, happy clickbait. Thumbnail.
Would you like to say a few words about what you're doing there?
So at the minute, mate, it seems as though Cormac's got some really tight glutes from all this cycling is doing, and just releasing his glutes at the moment, just to make sure we get all that tension out. And then I'm going to get some dry needles in this calf in a moment. Cormac will love that.
Well, I was about to go home, but I'm going to stay now. So this is dry needles. You've done this before?
This is literally, I'm not even joking, the hardest session of the week is the dry needling with David.
Is it painful?
It's not even painful, it's just, well, it can be painful, but it's incredibly weird feeling. Oh, fuck. It's like having a little ant in your muscles. So while those needles are doing their work, I need to let cameraman John get back on the road back home. So big thanks for following me on my day today. I hope you found it insightful and enjoyable, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos on the way. For now though, ride safe and have a good one. Ciao.